Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party.
Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. I hope you're having a great night. And we are just about set for pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves, as the Atlanta Braves are about to take on the Red Sox in a 2-game series. Got a lot to get into and a little time to do it. So let's go ahead and dive in. Here is a clip from Brian Snicker earlier today, and I had to chop it up because the sound was terrible. They were interviewing him in the dugout. There's a lot of crap going on. So I had to kind of chop it up so that you can understand what he was saying.
Your PR staff had a stat about you guys having like some of the most hard hit outs on really hard hit balls in the National League. How fair is it to read into that to say, okay, those things could turn as the season goes, kind of turn in your favor?
Well, I mean, I very much so expect that to happen. I mean, I don't think I ever thought that it wasn't going to, and I think you just have to hang when you go through periods like that, whether it's individually, as a team. You have to handle it because, in the end, everything's going to kind of play out the way it should.
Was Max's elbow inflammation a little worse than you guys envisioned, or was it just kind of a period you knew you'd have to shut him down for a little, a while?
Yeah, no, I think we expected him, this to be a short-term situation anyway. And so it's been very fortunate that we, when Ronald went down, that we had somebody like Adam that we could plug in every day. That's been an everyday guy.
Obviously a different kind of player, but like offensively, you feel like you can fill it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's we don't expect them to go 40 and 70, but just the threat that he is and the dedication, everything he has too. I mean, I'm really glad we have him.
How much do you? Alex Cora was talking about this today with injuries. You want to kind of send a message to the club. I say you always have to move on. You can't linger on it. You guys won a World Series the last time.
Yeah, I said about this group, they never sit around and it's never like a woe is me type thing.
So there you have that. A couple of things to get into today as I change the view here. First of all, you got an addition to the roster. Brian Anderson was brought in, and most of y'all will remember Brian Anderson. He played for the Miami Marlins for quite some time. And it was at one point, just a few years back, a guy that was in the middle of the Miami Marlins order. So he's a guy, he's a hitter. And I saw a lot of folks that were asking on Twitter, a couple people DM me like, what the hell? Why did they do this? I don't understand, et cetera, et cetera. So first of all, they were able to get Chadwick Tromp through back down to AAA. That's number one. So Chadwick Tromp, he's actually starting tonight. And I'm keeping an eye on that game. I'll tell you why I'm keeping an eye on that game. David Fletcher is going to pitch tonight again. Now, he's our infielder that is trying out starting pitching or pitching in general. He's developed a knuckleball, and he's been good. He's been really good so far. So I'm anxious to see what he looks like. I'm going to be keeping a second monitor on it just to see what he looks like tonight. And he's playing pitching down in AA Mississippi. So, and don't think this is just some guy who's eating innings, because you don't send a guy out there at that level to pitch unless you're trying to develop him to be able to use him at some point, because those innings can be used for a lot of other guys in the organization. So this isn't just, let's see how it works out. If David Fletcher can end up being a part of the rotation, or not a part of the rotation, but more likely part of the bullpen, and be a guy off your bench, that would be a huge get. Real quick, because we're coming up on time, pick to click tonight is going to be I'm going to go with, you got Cutter Crawford on the mound. That's number one. And I was looking at some numbers on Braves against Cutter Crawford in their career. And versus Cutter Crawford, you've got a couple of guys who have done well. The kid I'm going to go with tonight, now I'm a little worried about him playing out on the Green Monster. They actually talked about possibly letting Duvall play out in left field because he played in Boston and is familiar with the Monster, and have Kelnick playing right. But anyways, I'm going with Jared Kelnick tonight. He's 2 for 2 with a home run and two RBIs against Cutter Crawford lifetime. A couple other guys to look at tonight. Riley's 1 for 3 lifetime. Olson's 1 for 3 lifetime. But Kelnick's the only one that's taken him yards. So Max Fried's obviously going to be the guy on the mound tonight. Everything goes through him tonight. I expect him to pitch a good game. This is a difficult place. We went to this game last year, and it was a really difficult series. We lost both games, so I'm hoping we at least can split in Boston. And I'm going to take the Braves tonight against Cutter Crawford. Max Fried on the mound. Give me the Braves to win this one 5-2, and we get a win on a long road trip. It's a 10-game road trip. We're going to Boston for 2, Washington for 4, and Baltimore for 3. So it's a 10-game road trip, and there you have that. See some of the comments. I see AY say Riley is overdue. I'm just tired of picking him. I'm tired of picking him and being very disappointed. Saw a couple other things. One thing I want to hit real quick. Who was it that said I don't see the comment now. But well, I don't know where the comment went. I thought I saw a comment earlier. Maybe someone took it down or whatever. But anyways, as far as the rumor mill when it comes to the trade market, I saw someone comment something about George Springer. I just don't know how George Springer fits in. If you can tell me how we're going to afford him going forward, I'm all for George Springer. I'd be flipping, doing backflips for George Springer. Problem is, he's got a pretty healthy contract, and he's not on a walk year. So they're more likely to bring someone in that is on a walk year. All right, we're going to step aside. Pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves is coming up. We're back in the saddle again. Let's get it, Braves country.
You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. A banger, and she's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. He has 5 home runs, 18 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .260. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 3 home runs, 19 RBI, a .234 average. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 17 home runs, 53 RBI, batting .313. Batting cleanup and playing first, it's Matt Olson. He has a .241 average, 9 home runs, and 33 RBI. Ozzy Albies, batting fifth and playing second. 3 home runs, 26 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .270. Adam Duvall is in right field. He has 5 home runs, 14 RBI, and a .204 average. Jared Kelenic batting 7th, playing left. 3 home runs, 12 RBI, batting .268. Sean Murphy is batting 8th and behind home plate. He's 3 for 19 on the year with 2 RBI. Orlando Arcia, batting 9th and playing short. 5 home runs, 20 RBI, a .230 average. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Max Fried Day. He's 5-2 with a 2.97 ERA, a 1.05 whip, 66 2/3 innings, 49 hits allowed, 54 strikeouts, 21 walks, and 4 home runs given up. He'll be going head-to-head with Cutter Crawford. Cutter Crawford is 2-4 with a 3.29 ERA, a 1.19 whip, 68 1/3 innings pitched, 59 hits allowed, 66 strikeouts, 22 walks given up, and 5 home runs served. Backing up Cutter in the bottom of the first inning, it'll be Jarren Duran. He's playing center field and leading off with 3 home runs, a .262 average, 24 RBI, 11 stolen bases. Rob Refsnyder is in left field and batting second. 2 home runs, 14 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .337. Wong is behind the plate and batting third with 5 home runs, 19 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .327. Rafael Devers is batting cleanup and playing third. He has 11 home runs, 29 RBI, a .283 average, 1 stolen base. Westbrook is at second base, has not logged in at bat this year. Cooper is the DH with 1 home run, 10 RBI, a .206 average. Dahlbach is in right field and batting 7th. 4 home runs, 2 stolen bases, 132 clip. Dominic Smith is playing first with 1 home run, 14 RBI, a 195 average. And Rafaela is at short with 7 home runs, 33 RBI, a 209 average, 8 stolen bases, and batting 9th. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Ramon DeJesus. First base umpire David Rackley. Junior Valentine is manning second, and down the third base line, it's Jeremy Riggs. Game time temperatures are expected to be about 70 degrees at first pitch, dipping into the 60s by the end of the game. We're expecting partly sunny skies in Game 1 of a 2-game set here in Fenway Park of Boston. Atlanta Braves come in 33-24, 14-12 on the road. The Red Sox are 30-30, 13-17 at home. Your Atlanta Braves come in -170 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves, Red Sox, Game 1 of a 2-game dip. Game 1 tonight at 7:10, first pitch. Tomorrow is a matinee at 1:35. We've got the Max Fried emoji kicking for the country club members. It's time to warm up the chop shop. Get your game face on, Braves country. Good evening, Braves country.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
How the hell are you, Braves country? Let's do a little roll call here just before first pitch. Good evening, Braves Country Club members. We've got Charlie in the chat. We've got Robert here tonight. We've got David S. We've got Davey Ray. Good evening, Braves Country. Daniel, AY, Underwater, John, Grandma King. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Just throw it back in the chat. Sometimes when I have to refresh the page, it loses the old ones. Let us know where you're listening from in Braves country. And we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves, as Atlanta will be wearing their classic road grays top to bottom, Atlanta across the chest, tomahawk underneath, all in red outlined in blue, numbers on the back in red outlined in blue, the names on the back in navy, and the Braves will be wearing their navy ball caps with the classic white A. Red Sox are in their classic white home top to bottom with Red Sox across the chest. And Charlie's in Jacksonville. Good to see you, Charlie. I think the Braves got a decent chance of winning maybe even both of these games. If you haven't seen the matchup, Schwellenbach is going to be the man on the mound tomorrow afternoon. It's a matinee. It's a 1:35 first pitch, so we'll come on about 1:45. Good evening, Jillian. AY's in Clayton, Georgia. Robert's in Atlanta, Georgia. They're exchanging. I don't know what's going on out here. Normally all this stuff is done before the game has started. Some kind of a delay at home plate. Ramon De Jesus, the home plate umpire, is getting everybody's lineup cards, and maybe someone had to do a last-minute change, so we'll get that squared away here in a bit. A couple of things I didn't get a chance to go over in the pregame show. I put all these notes down, then I couldn't find the damn piece of paper that I wrote it on. I was looking everywhere. Well, I found it during the break. Hurston Waldrop pitched the other day, AAA. He had 11 strikeouts. And I think we're going to see him in June. I really do. I think Hurston Waldrop's going to be a guy we're going to see some point in June. But I am still very interested in what goes on in David Fletcher, because he is tossing that knuckleball up there. He's already pitched one start and it went really well. It went 5 innings, no earned runs. And he's been in relief a little bit. And I've got him on another monitor. I'm keeping an eye on him. It's kind of a darting knuckleball. It's not what I think of when I think of a traditional knuckleball. But I don't know if he has several of them. I've only seen a couple of them. So we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. He did just give up a run, by the way. They're playing the Wahoos, I believe. Or the Blue Wahoos. I don't know if there's several different kind of Wahoos, like Red Sox and White Sox, but they're playing the Blue Wahoos tonight. Cutter Crawford is now warming up, so whatever the delay was about, they've got it squared away. The Red Sox are in their white home uniforms, Red Sox across the chest, blue ball cap with the red B. Cutter Crawford, you're going to see, he throws about 6 pitches. We saw him earlier this year. And true to his name, he does throw a cutter. He throws a four-seam and a cutter most of the time, along with the sweeper. That is going to equate to about 87% of his pitches. The four-seam, the cutter, and the sweeper. They're pretty even. And outside of that, he's got a splitter, a curve, and a slider. Every great once in a while, he'll throw that slider just to keep you honest. So essentially, you're going to see about 5 pitches, 4 to 5 pitches. That splitter and curve he'll toss in there. It's very rare that you see the slider, but he has thrown it from time to time this year. Michael Harris II is taking his final warm-up swings. Ramon De Jesus is behind home plate. He's ready to roll. And we're just about set. Hey, there's Goat. Good evening, Goat. We're just about set here for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Game was supposed to start at 7:10, and it's 7:16 now. So I don't know what the delay was. Maybe the Braves thought they were on, they're doing the old 7:20 and 0. But yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. The 0-1, righty-lefty. Cutter comes set the pitch. Inside, 89 mile an hour. Misses. It's 1-1. You got a 1-1 count. Crawford comes set the pitch. Swing, and that ball's chopped down the first base side. 1-2. One-two on Harris. He's batting .260 on the year. 5 home runs, 18 RBI. The righty-lefty delivery. Swing, and fouls that back out of play. Staying alive. We'll do it again. Braves come in today 33-24, second in the National League East. We are 7 games out of first behind Philadelphia. Boston is 30-30. This is the 1-2. Swung on, chopped over to first. Should be an easy play. It is. And first baseman Smith will step on the bag. One away. Dominic Smith, the ex-National, the ex-New York Met. So one down, top of the first, and Austin Riley comes to the plate. Riley batting .234 with a .668 OPS. Righty-righty matchup, Crawford delivers. Swing and a miss. Out over the top of that cutter, it's 0-1. Crawford comes in normally very low 90s, high 80s with his cutters and fastballs. The 0-1 swung on and slapped back foul. That time it was the sweeper at 81 miles an hour. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Crawford lifts his glove and delivers the pitch. Slap foul down the first base side. We'll do it again, 0-2. Philadelphia is playing Milwaukee in Philadelphia. It's scoreless in the third. Mets and Nats are scoreless in the top of the third. The 0-2 to Riley. Outside wide. Four-seam fastball misses 1-2. That one came in at 94 miles an hour. That's about tops for Cutter Crawford. He normally keeps it around the 93 range. The 1-2. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky, back behind home plate. If you missed the pregame, showed the Braves added Brian Anderson to the 26-man roster. Picked him up off of waivers. The 1-2. Swung on, foul back again. So Riley's making Crawford work, if nothing else. Seeing a lot of pitches here. Maybe help him out in the second. So a 1-2 count. The pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. Cutter on the outer edge, and after 7 pitches, Riley's done 2 away. I had it mixed up in my head for a second. I was thinking that Brian Anderson was the name of the guy in the Beach Boys, but it's Brian Wilson. But he'll come in, and the main reason why he was added, he can play third base, he can play first base, and he can play your corner outfielders. And he is a pretty good power stick. The first pitch on the way to Ozuna is chopped over to third. That's going to be an easy 5-3 putout to end the inning. Braves go quietly 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the first. Mad Max is going to toe the rubber when we come back.
One thing about me is that I will buy that coffee. I will. Do I need it? First off, watch your tone. Second off, not at all. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it, babe. I don't. Pockets empty, hearts full. Cheers to that, bucko.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Is it allergies? Is it COVID? Is it my period? Or is this just how my body feels in my 30s?
One thing about me is that I will be having a Diet Coke.
I will be having a Diet Coke. I will be enjoying this beverage. And I make my own money, so I spend it how I like, and I spend it on Diet Coke sometimes because that's what I want to do. And nothing grinds my gears more than whenever I'm sipping on my Diet Coke and somebody's like, you know, that's just as bad for you as the regular thing. Oh my God. Oh my God, I did not know that I asked. I was not aware that I asked.
And to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, the roar for the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio.
As Joe, Yankees of today still in awe of the Clipper.
As a player and as a man.
Pete Rose had played in 3,562 games, come to bat 14,035 times, and made 4,256 hits, more than any other man in all three categories. He had been a hero to two generations of baseball fans, Cincinnati's favorite citizen, so popular that a member of the city council once tried to get him declared a civic landmark to prevent his ever playing anywhere else. He seemed to be a throwback to some mythical earlier age of hit-and-run, hard-scrabble baseball, when players played for the pure joy of it.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. I think we're able to switch it over to the normal one. It finally loaded up. Give me 1 second. Max Fried steps in. First pitch on the way is a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Up high and out of the zone. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves nothing. Red Sox nothing. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch on the way. 84 mile an hour changeup. They're going to say that missed high and in. I guess it's 2-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch. The 2-1 from Max. Kicks and delivers. The pitch. Swing and fouls it straight back. 2-2. So he's gone four-seam, sinker, changeup, and then busts him inside and fouls it straight back. The 2-2. On the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. Ball gets away. Murphy's got it. Fires it over to Olsen. It's going to be 2-3 on the putout. Got him with the bender in the dirt. He chased it well off the plate. So one down. And that'll bring Refsnyder to the plate, batting .337. He is dangerous against left-handers. First pitch on the way is a fireball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty, pitch kick, swing, and hammers that curveball, but foul. So an 0-2, Refsnyder, .337 with 2 home runs, 14 RBI, .933 OPS. When he gets hot, and he has been hot, he has been a dangerous hitter. The 0-2 from Max. Roxanne fires. Swung on and slaps it back foul. We'll do it again. Boston Red Sox are third in the American League East. A lot of folks didn't give Boston much of a chance to compete this year. But they've hung in there. They're 30-30. They're going to be chasing the Yankees and Orioles all year long, but a shot at the wild card is still in play. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Down and in. 1-2. So Max has gone sinker, curve, four-seam, and now a slider. The 1-2 to Refsnyder. Standing on deck is Colton Wong. The pitch. Down below the knees, just missed. 94 evens up the count, 2-2. Milwaukee has grabbed a 1-0 lead in Philadelphia. Thought it was cool last night that the Philadelphia fans gave Rhys Hoskins a standing ovation, his first game back in Philadelphia since he helped them get to the World Series. Remember, he got injured during spring training last year. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string on that one, change up off the edge, 2 away. Last year, Rhys Hoskins broke his leg in spring training and missed the entire season. Signed a 1-year deal with the Milwaukee Brewers. So that'll bring Wong to the plate. Wong takes the first pitch down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty, righty, pitch from Fried. 93 on the outer edge, 1-1. Seen a few more people jump in the chat. We're going to holler out to a few more people here. See who have we missed here. Thought I saw, there's Gary, Country Club member. The 1-1. Swing! Fouls it straight back. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. If they could find a place to put him defensively, that would be a great ad, but it looks like the Brewers are going to be in the race the whole year, so they're not likely to trade him. The 1-2, chop foul down the line. We'll do it again. Saw the idea floated on around about out there about the Braves adding Tommy Pham. And one of the Braves beat writers is all about it. And I just don't think, and it was very obvious from the conversation, he really is not aware of some of the antics that Tommy Pham has done. The 1-2 pitch is a curveball in the dirt, 2-2. So Fried has gone 2 up, 2 down, but he has worked his pitch count up to 16. I just don't, the bravado and the kind of fake is the 2-2 pitch, 4-seam fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Mad Max looks good in inning number 1. We'll grab the bats when we come back.
If you decide to go through your man's phone, don't go checking his text messages. Go to his bank app and send your ass some money. Stop being stupid.
I am starving. I haven't had lunch since yesterday.
Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can.
Dad, I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't even know what I'm saying thank you for yet.
So,
you can't say you're welcome when you don't know what I'm thankful for.
There's a million reasons in your life you should be thankful. I'm probably responsible for half of them. And you never say you're thankful for anything unless your mother forces you to, so if you're going to give me this one, I'll take it blind.
I was going to say thank you for bringing home dinner for me last night.
I didn't.
What?
I brought your mother home dinner. She gave you some of hers.
Why didn't you buy me dinner too?
Because you said you had an FFA event from 4:30 to 7:30 and you were going to eat there. I'm not going to buy you dinner and leave it on the counter till 8 o'clock at night, princess, just in case you're hungry. If you're hungry when you get home, nuke something.
What?
Microwave it. Then you could be thankful you have a microwave. And electricity. And a house.
I feel gross, like I'm getting older, I'm gaining weight. Like my neck's getting all disgusting. Like this is where I could really use a compliment.
Your eyesight's good.
But Pete Rose had a secret addiction, gambling. Some years he lost as much as $500,000. And some witnesses testified that he bet on baseball games in which his own team played. Rose denied it. I'd be willing to bet you, he said, if I was a betting man, that I have not bet on baseball.
I said yesterday on another network, I'm happy to look into the camera now and say I never bet on baseball and I never bet on Cincinnati Red baseball.
His fans refused to believe the charges.
Welcome back. Cool scene at Fenway. Chris Sale got a standing ovation from the Fenway crowd. So that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. The first pitch on the way to Matt Olson is a knuckle curve. Top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. So Paul needs a home run out of Matt Olson. The 0-1. Righty lefty. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it back foul. It's 0-2. How did you get such good odds? That doesn't sound right. But anyways. The 0-2. Swing. Fouls it back. 1-2. Or 0-2, excuse me. Braves nothing. Red Sox nothing. Top of the second inning. The 0-2 from Crawford. Down below the knees, just misses 1-2. Crawford 17 pitches in, so pretty good on that front. Max was right in that same area. The 1-2 swung on, chopped over to first. It's going to bounce off the first baseman, and we'll see if that is ruled a hit or an error, but nonetheless, Braves get one on, nobody out. Ozzie Albies coming to the plate. Threw him a cutter on the inner part of the plate. He hammered it. Looks like they will give the error. It'll be an E3 on Dominic Smith. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is up top. Cutter misses high. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, lefty, open stance from the left side of the plate. Crawford comes set. The 1-0. Swing, pops it back, foul. 1-1. Last year when we went to that game in Fenway, one cool thing we did get to see, even though the Braves lost. We were right there on that third base line when that triple play was pulled off. The 1-1 swung on, pops it up, back foul, and out of play. It's 1-2. I believe the Red Sox were wearing those god-awful yellow jerseys. I want to say they wore them both nights. Thankfully, they don't have them on tonight, which was really odd to wear your City Connects back-to-back nights, but I'm almost positive they had them on both nights. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, hammered down the right field line. That is a fair ball, and that ball is going to get rattling around. Matt Olson goes first to third, and Ozzie Albies head first slide. He is safe, and your Atlanta Braves got runners on second and third, and nobody out. And Adam Duvall coming to the plate. Ozzie turned on that cutter that drifted inside. Same pitch that Matt Olson pulled hard. That ball was just barely over the bag. Diving attempt by Dominic Smith. I know he was never known for his glove, but there's not many folks that's going to make that play. First pitch on the way to Duvall is a sweeper. Floats on the outer edge, down and away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Cutter comes set, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss up top. 0-2. We should have the Braves Country Radio merchandise in the shop. The latest is early next week. We're this week we've got a charity event that got a lot of stuff on our plate that we're dealing with. So I've got to figure out how to load all that stuff up, but once we get it up and going, we'll be good to go. The 0-2 pitch off the plate wide, 1-2. Oh, that's funny. Goat was typing as I was saying it, I guess. So 1-2 count. Yeah, we had not realized that Honest Engine, the merchandise was supposed to be here much earlier. The 1-2 hit on the ground over to the right side of the infield. Duvall's busting it down the line. That ball's going to get away, and your Atlanta Braves are not going to put one on the board. They're going to put two. It's 2-0 Atlanta. I'm assuming that's going to be another error. That's got to be on Dominic Smith. wasn't a bad throw. I was looking at Duvall running down the line first to see how that was going to play out. I mean, you got to make that catch as a first baseman. Wow. First pitch on the way to Jared Kelenic is up top for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Kid Kelenick's batting .268 on the year. Man, Dominic Smith is having a bad night. The 0-1. Swing and fouls it back out of play. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Crawford working pretty quickly here. Nobody out. Runner on first. Braves with 2 across the board. The pitch. Fastball right down the pipe. Caught looking, strike 3. 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and for whatever reason, Kelenic did not even offer at it. Went away. He must have been sitting on the off-speed. Just buckled him. 1 on, 1 out. Sean Murphy comes to the plate. First pitch on the way is a sweeper off the dish wide of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. High and out of play. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's hammered over to third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. Hard hit ball by Murphy, but it was an atom ball to Rafael Devers. And that'll end the inning. Braves put 2 across. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Unearned runs, but we'll take them.
Hey, to all the people out there leaving posters for their lost cats, cats don't get lost. Your cat left you.
Here's to you, Mr. Robinson, Frank Robinson, one of the most underrated players of all time. When he retired in 1976, he ranked 4th on the all-time home run list behind only Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Willie Mays. He won the American League Triple Crown in 1966. Since, only 2 other players have accomplished this feat. Despite pitching dominating the 60s, he led the league in OPS Plus 4 times during that time frame. In 1966, his OPS Plus would reach 198, telling you he was twice as productive as the average player during that time. Some players said he was as likely to barrel into second base to break up a double play as he was to hit a home run. On the biggest stage, he thrived, hitting 10 home runs and slugging .532 in just 35 games. He was also named the 1966 World Series MVP. Over his 21-year career, he won Rookie of the Year, 2 MVP awards, 1 Triple Crown, and a Gold Glove to go along with his World Series and All-Star Game MVP awards and his Manager of the Year award in 1989. Simply put, he could do it all.
My period, I have a headache. You don't have your period. You know if I got my period or not. Oh, wow, you definitely have it. That's the attitude that Dad talks about.
Fooled me completely. I saw everything that was good in him. He was wonderful with common people. He knew the first names of the people who rolled out the tarp. He knew little things about little people that an arrogant man shouldn't know and couldn't know in a way. On the other hand, he had at least 3 major flaws. He was an addictive gambler, he was an addictive womanizer, and he was absolutely a compulsive perfectionist about work. And all those things got him in trouble. In that sense, he is a tragic character in that he's a man who has a lot of good parts to him, but 1 or 2 or 3 bad areas of his life just ruined him.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Peering over, checking out David Fletcher. He's gone, 2 1/3 innings, just giving up 1 run. David Fletcher, the infielder that has turned into a starting pitcher down on the farm, a knuckleballer. First pitch on the way from Max Fried is a fastball high and out of the zone to Rafael Devers. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swung on. Foul back out of play. 1-1. See the question from John talking about Rafael Devers as a potential Hall of Famer. I mean, I think we're way out in front of that. Is the 1-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up high in the sky. Coming over. Waving off Riley is Kelenic. He'll make the catch. 1 down. I mean, Rafael Devers, does he have the talent? Absolutely. But Rafael Devers has just 183 home runs and a WAR of 20.4. But he does have a career OPS of 857, which is really good. Just got to be, I think his biggest thing is he's got to be able to stay healthy. First pitch on the way to Westbrook. It's off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The second baseman, Jamie Westbrook, 28-year-old out of Springfield, Mass. The 1-0. High and out of the zone. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. It appears this is his major league debut. The 2-0, down and away, ball 3, 3-0. He has played in a game back on June 2nd, so Saturday, 1 at bat and a walk. So he doesn't have an official at bat. The 2-1 pitch to Westbrook. Swing, and that ball's rifled into center field. Drifting back on the warning track, making the catch. It's Michael Harris II. 2 away. So Jamie Westbrook, a local kid, finally has an actual batting average to his name. Though it is 0, at least he has an official at bat. He's from Springfield, Mass, but he played high school ball out in Arizona. That'll bring Garrett Cooper to the plate. Cooper, right-handed power bat, takes the first pitch inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Cooper, 33-year-old ex-Marlin. Swung on, chopped over to Ozzie, and that's going to be an easy 4-3 putout to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. Braves lead it 2-0, and Mad Max is rolling. Let's get it.
I'm surrounded by a lot of women in this department, and that includes the men.
I'm sorry, did you know that they put the Motorola Razr on display in a museum? Hang on. They put the Motorola Razr on display in a museum. How for? What come? 'Cause I had a Motorola Razr. Matter of fact, I was fickety flexing with my Motorola Razr, top of the line technology when it was in my possession. And now you got it on display in a museum like it's an ancient Egyptian artifact? Calm down, salientologist. And millennials, you know what this means for us, don't you? I'm not going to say it out loud. I would never disrespect us in such a manner, but you know what this means, don't you?
In August of 1989, after a long investigation, the Commissioner of Baseball, Bart Giamatti, held a press conference.
The banishment for life of Pete Rose from baseball is the sad end of a sorry episode. One of the game's greatest players has engaged in a variety of acts which have stained the game, and he must now live with the consequences of those acts. It will come as no surprise that, like any institution composed of human beings, this institution will not always fulfill its highest aspirations. I know of no earthly institution that does. But this one, because it is so much a part of our history as a people, and because it has such a purchase on our national soul, has an obligation to the people for whom it's played, fans and the well-wishers and the millions, to strive for excellence in all things and to promote the highest ideals.
Less than 2 weeks after barring Rose from baseball, Giamatti died of a heart attack.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia. It swung on and rifled over to third. It's going to be an easy 5-3 put out. One away. Braves 2, Red Sox nothing. One down, and that'll bring the top of the order back up. Michael Harris takes the first pitch high and inside. It's 1-0. Harris 0 for 1 with the ground out. First pitch on the way after that is a knuckle curve at the top of the zone. Evens up the count 1-1. If you're just joining us, the Braves put 2 on the board last inning. 2 unearned runs off of 2 errors, both by the first baseman, Dominic Smith. The 1-1, high and inside, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. The pitch. Cutter misses high. Ball 3, 3-1. Pitch on the way to Harris. It swung on, pops it up high in the sky. That's going to be an easy, lazy fly ball into center field, 2 down. So 2 down, and Austin Riley will come to the plate. Riley is 0 for 1 as well. Batting just .233 on the year. The first pitch down and away. Did he go around? They said he did. 0-1. Riley struck out in the first. Really just has not hit well since he's come back off the IL. And Honest Engine didn't hit well before that. Just waiting for him to explode. The 0-1 pitch. 94 fastball misses high, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Standing on deck is Marcell Ozuna. Braves lead at 2-0, top of the third. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter off the edge. 1-2. But back to that argument about Rafael Devers. Devers is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Well, this inning didn't last long enough to get into that. We'll talk about it when we come back. Braves lead it 2-0.
All right, team. We're going to be reviewing the new client slide deck this afternoon. And get a haircut.
At least someone noticed. Yeah, thanks.
Brian, is that why I haven't been able to get a hold of you for like the last 3 hours?
Ryan, did you get a haircut since our meeting this morning?
Well, yeah, it was a little slow, and I got one after our morning meeting, so...
Okay, you can't just get a haircut on company time.
Okay, well, my hair grows on company time, so I don't know what, like...
Are you joking, Brian?
Are you guys joking?
Y'all, I just completed a chore that I've been putting off for 6 months, and it only took me 15 minutes to do it.
Libertarianism is all about individual liberty, and it should never be defined by the terms liberal or conservative.
And communism is no good.
That's right. Big swing and a miss.
Yeah. And what's the word for when a few clerics are in charge? Religious oligarchy.
Holy a man after my own heart.
The matter of Mr. Rose is now closed. Let no one think that it did not hurt baseball. That hurt will pass, however, as the great glory of the game asserts itself and a resilient institution goes forward.
If we think about the 80s, we will always remember 1989, which was a terrible year because it was the Pete Rose
business hung over the sport all through the summer and came to a sad conclusion. Immediately afterwards, Bart Giamatti died, who would in a very short space of time had really become a significant figure in baseball and was admired and loved by everybody in the game to an extraordinary degree. And then we all went out to the World Series in San Francisco when the earthquake hit, which seemed to sum up the whole thing. It was the worst baseball year that I can remember.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way is a fastball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Dahlbach, the batter. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Cutter up top. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Fried kicks and fires, curveball, caught, looking, strike 3. Buckled him right there at the knees on the outer edge. It's 1 away. Nice pitch by Max Fried. Just dropped a teardrop off the outer edge. You couldn't paint a better picture there. So 1 down. Dominic Smith batting 195 comes to the plate. He'll take the first pitch, four-seam fastball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. I'm sure he's going to be swinging out of his shoes after allowing the 2 errors that got the Braves the 2 runs. The 0-1, cutter down and away, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Lefty, lefty, the pitch. 94 miles an hour inside. 2-1. Seeing a couple of memberships today. The 2-1's down and away. Ball 3, 3-1. So 3-1 count. Max Fried comes set, his 34th pitch of the evening. Kicks and fires, swung on, hits it high and deep into left field. You got the short porch up there. Did it go over? Hit the top of the wall. I don't know if that stayed in or not. Kelnick's going to fire it in. They're going to say that left the building. The solo shot just got over the edge. Whoever was sitting out there trying to catch it spit the bit and dropped the souvenir. You don't have to hit it very far in this part to get a home run. Yeah, it just got the top of the green monster. First pitch on the way to Raphael is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. No other stadium is at a home run. Any other stadium, you're catching that well before the warning track. The 0-1. Curveball misses outside. 1-1. So a 1-1 count to Raphael, the number 9 hitter. The pitch. Swing. That ball's blasted into left center field. Running over, making the catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. 2 down. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The leadoff hitter, Jared Duran's coming to the plate. Duran, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. 95 right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Might have been a touch low, but we'll take it. The main thing in this park is you can't let the right-handers pull fly balls, and you can't let the left-handers get those hard fastballs outside because all they have to do is lift it like Dominic did. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Max Fried, 40 pitches in. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. In the dirt, evens up the count 2-2. Braves 2, Red Sox 1, bottom of the third inning. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Mad Max has 5 strikeouts. He's given up 1 hit. It was a solo shot, but the Braves lead it 2-1. We head to the top of the 4th.
Do you ever just want to retire from being thick? God, I've been thick my whole damn life. Like, I want to switch it up, change the tempo, retire, collect my 401k and just settle down. I can't remember a time my thighs didn't touch. Is that a footprint on my wall?
I'm worried about any number of things, but this is one thing I never, ever worry about. When I read in the papers that escalating salaries or gambling are going to be the end of baseball, I love it because I've been hearing this or been reading about this for 130 years.
I don't think you can't do too much because we have done a whole lot of things to hurt it, but it's a type thing that I don't care how, but you can't kill it. You just can't kill baseball because when you get ready to kill baseball, something gonna come up, somebody gonna come up to snatch you. After the Black Sox scandal, here comes Ruth. I heard Ruth hit the ball. I'd never heard that sound before. And I was outside the fence, but it was a sound of the bat that I had never heard before in my life. That was Ruth hitting the ball. And the next time I heard that sound, I'm in Washington, D.C., I rushed out, and there was Josh Gibson hitting the ball. Now, I didn't hear it anymore. I'm in Kansas City, and I heard this sound one more time that I hadn't heard only twice in my life. Bo Jackson swinging at that, and now I heard this sound. It was a thrill for me. I said, here it is again. I heard it again. I've only heard it 3 times in my life, but now I'm living because I'm going to hear it again one day if I live long enough.
Wish old Buck O'Neill was alive today because I think that's probably the way he probably would hear a Marcell Ozuna. Marcell Ozuna steps in. First pitch on the way from Crawford is a slider just below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Cutter up top, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. The pitch off the plate wide and out of the zone, 2-1. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 1 on the night. The 2-1 to the Big Zoo. Swing and rifles it foul and out of play. 2-2. Marcell Ozuna. He had himself a night back in 2020 here. Of course, that was with no fans in the stands. It's funny they're showing the highlights and I totally forgot as the 2-2 pitch misses high. I totally forgot how they were doing the I don't even want to call it the ghost high five where him and Freddie were at home plate and just kind of faking like they were high fiving because of the social distancing stuff that was going on. The 3-2 pitch to Ozuna, way outside, ball 4. So the Big Zoo works a walk. That's a way to get something going here in the top of the 4th inning. We've got 1 on. Nobody out. And the Ice House coming to the plate. First pitch on the way to Olson. He drops a bunt. The ball goes back foul. It's 0-1. The Red Sox are playing him back and way to the left side, or right side, excuse me, the infield. Olson was looking to see if maybe he could drop a bunt past somebody. If that bunt goes far down that line, that could be a double because the outfield is playing up against the wall. The 0-1. Kicks and fires inside. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Righty lefty. Ozuna at first, nobody out. The 1-1. Way outside, wide cutter misses. 2-1. So the 2-1 pitch, lets her go, swing, rattles it foul back behind home plate, slaps against the screen, evens up the count 2-2. Braves 2, Red Sox 1. The 2-2. Swung on, chopped over towards first. Crawford's going to get it and tag Olson. On the play, Ozuna's going to go up to second, 1 away. A little surprised Crawford didn't let that roll. I think it might have rolled foul. Then again, if you're Cutter Crawford, you're probably like, yeah, I'll take a G3 when I'm facing Matt Olson. You never know when he's going to break out. So Ozuna stands on second now with 1 away. Standing in scoring position, coming to the plate, it's Ozzie Albies, who's 1-for-1 with the double. Scored a run. First pitch on the way to Ozzie, swung on, swatted back foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Crawford kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it foul. Back behind home plate. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. He's gone 4-seam and then splitter. Standing on deck is Duvall. The defense is back and to the right. Anything that gets shot towards third is going to be extra bases. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sweeper up top, chased it a little bit out of the zone, pretty close to away. By the way, David Fletcher is into the 5th inning. He still has only given up the 1 run. Adam Duvall comes to the plate. Duvall, first pitch on the way, swung on, banged over to third. That's going to be an easy 5-3 put out to end the inning. Braves put 1 on, but can't get him across. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The heart of the order due up for the Red Sox.
Y'all, I can't believe my mama used to drop me off at the skating rink with no cash, no phone, and go home and wait for a collect call from, hey, Mom, I'm ready. You can come and pick me up now.
What's your biggest pet peeve that really isn't that serious, but it still annoys the hell out of you? I'll go first. I don't know why, but it really, really bugs me when someone takes their food out of the microwave before the time is up, and then they just leave the remaining time up there. Like, come on, dude. Reset the damn thing so I can see what time it is without having to glance at my phone.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah,
What's a transgender athlete?
it's a dude who wants to win so bad, he pretends to be a girl.
I'm not being asked to do anything that none of us hasn't done before in our own kitchens in our own home. Now quit! Kill 5 eels! What? I'm serious! Every restaurant critic in Seattle is out there and they all want anguilla, so start killing eels! Wait! How do you suggest I do that? How do I know you're the chef? Throw a toaster in the damn tank for all I care!
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small children and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed, the only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the seasons, beginning each year with the fond expectancy of springtime, ending with the hard facts of autumn. It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Max Fried is a curveball in the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty. Ref Snyder, who's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Takes the 0-1 pitch off the plate. 1-1. Max Fried sitting at 44 pitches to begin here in the fourth inning. The 1-1 pitch, nowhere near the zone. Changeup misses wide. Ball 2, 2-1. Atlanta Braves, game 1 of a 10-game road trip. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 2-2. This road trip's going to take them all up in the Northeast. We'll be in Boston for 2, Washington for 4, and then across the street into Baltimore for 3. The 2-2, swung on, lifted high down the line, bending, fouling out of play. We'll do it again. I think I said 10-game. It's a 9-game, 10-day road trip. We will be off on Monday. So a 2-2 count from Fried. He kicks and fires. Caught! Looking strike 3. 95 on the inner paint. One away. Just zipped it in there. Time for some pine for Ref Snyder. Wong will come to the plate. Colton Wong has been a pretty good hitting hind catcher this year. Wong 0 for 1, lefty-righty. First pitch on the way to Wong is swung on and fouled off of Murphy. He goes down. I think it might have gotten him right in the family jewels. While he contemplates the meaning of life, we're going to go ahead and hit the out-of-town scoreboard. They're going to give him a chance to shake it off. Brewers lead the Phillies 1-0. That game is in the 6th. Oh, yeah, man, mercy. Oof. It's good old-fashioned cup check, and he was not wearing one, it doesn't appear. Royals 5-3 over the Guardians in the 6th. Dodgers trail the Pirates 1-0 in the 6th. That's a pretty good pitching matchup. It's Jared Jones, the rookie phenom for the Pirates, versus Tyler Glasnow. Rays and Marlins, Tampa Bay, battle of the Sunshine State. Tampa Bay leads 9-3 over Miami in the 6th. Mets 5-1 over the Nats in the 6th. Yankees and Twins, it's 3-0 in the Bronx. We're back to the action. Murphy appears to be okay. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Orioles 4-0 over the Blue Jays. That game is in the 3rd. White Sox and Cubs, they're scoreless, and they just got going in the 1st. The Battle of the Windy City, the 1-1. Curveball misses outside wide, 2-1. Tigers and Rangers just got going in the 1st. Tigers with Flaherty on the mound tonight. And the Cardinals and Astros just got going. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that changeup. It's 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Lefty-righty standing on deck is Devers. I'd like to keep the bases clear when he comes up. The 2-2. Fastball misses high. 3-2. Lefty righty, the payoff pitch just misses inside. Wong will head on down to first with one out, and Devers coming to the plate. Man, he missed that. Tried to hit him with the four seam on the inner cut and just missed it inside. Mississippi Braves trail the Wahoos 1-0 in the sixth. I believe Fletcher is still pitching in that one. First pitch on the way to Devers is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. If you've never watched the minor league games, they do not have the best camera angles. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing, and that ball slapped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Cutting it off is Kelnick. He'll fire it into third. So they'll go station to station, runners on first and second, and one out. Westbrook coming to the plate. Found it very interesting that Westbrook was batting fifth. I would have thought Cooper or Dahlbach would be right behind him. They must really like the matchup here, so keep an eye on that. Runners on first and second, one out. Westbrook steps to the plate. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. He was drafted in the 5th round, Westbrook was, in the 2013 draft by the Arizona Diamondbacks. The 0-1. Love a double play here. The pitch swung on, chops it off his foot. Foul. Sean Murphy spit the bit. Catcher interference is going to give him a free base. It's the third time Murphy's done that this year. Sticks his glove out there, and he impeded the swing of the bat. So, bases loaded now. First pitch on the way to Cooper, who's been a Braves killer in the past when he was with Miami. Swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1, Cooper. 10 RBIs, a 5.77 OPS. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider down and in. 0-2. Cooper played for the Marlins from 2018 until last year at the deadline. We went out to San Diego. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul down the third baseline. We'll do it again. So an 0-2 count. Bases loaded. One walk, one slap hit, and then a catcher's interference on Sean Murphy has loaded the bases here. The 0-2 pitch lets her go. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 away. Slider in the dirt. Cooper went fishing. Cooper had a pretty good career numbers against Max Fried going into that. That was a big out for Max to try to pick up his catcher. Not out of the woods yet, though. Bobby Dahlbach will come to the plate. Dahlbach, 28-year-old. First pitch on the way, rifled into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And that run caused by Sean Murphy will come home to roost as the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead. You can put that all on Sean Murphy sticking his glove out there. Had that not happened, at worst, you would have had the game tied, most likely you'd be talking about the inning being over. So 2 down, and now you'll have runners on the corners. Braves trail 3-2. First pitch on the way to Smith, who hit a home run his first time up, is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. If you're Sean Murphy, you're there for your defense because you have not been hitting a lick. You cannot be giving up those kinds of easy runs. Lefty. Pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped foul down the first base side. It's 0-2. He did that a few times last year as well. It's got to be something that at some point someone's got to work with him on it. I mean, we all know that he's not new to the position. He's not doing it on purpose, but he's got to change something back there. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll get us out of the inning, but up before the Braves cough up 2 and the lead. We head to the top of the 5th. Kelenic, Murphy needs to get that run back.
Do not flirt with me because I will develop a crush on you, and that is a threat.
What if I told you that Mark Fidrich wasn't the only bird flying around the baseball field in the late 1970s? Here is the short baseball career of Larry Bird. After leading the Sycamores basketball team to a 33-1 record, Larry was razzed by the head coach of the baseball team at that time about how often he was icing his body. The coach would even go as far as saying anybody could play basketball and that baseball was the harder of the two sports. This led to a dare Bird wouldn't turn down. Would he be able to play college baseball for Indiana State? With a non-conference doubleheader coming up against Kentucky Wesleyan, the time and the place were set. Wearing the number 24 instead of his legendary 33, he would take the field in the second game of a doubleheader. Bird would play first base, and while playing there, he made 9 putouts. His first at-bat ended with a strikeout and a trip back to the dugout. In his second at-bat, he would get his redemption when he drilled a single up the middle that plated 2 runs. After being told to take it easy in the field, he went after an infield pop-up between first base and home plate. Both Larry and the catcher would collide and remain down for several minutes. Bird would eventually get up. It was later confirmed he just got the wind knocked out of him. Not taking any more chances, he was taken out of the game. And just like that, the short baseball career of Larry Bird was over before it started. 2 months later, he would sign an NBA contract with the Boston Celtics, and the rest is history.
The idea that home plate has a little roof. A little roof, it has a little roof. It's a little house. It brings us back to where we're safe and where we care and where we're cared about, where we're loved. Coming home on a baseball diamond's pretty darn dramatic. You feel immense relief to have gotten out of all those hazards out there. Between first and third is hazardous territory. And then third home is joy. You're out of trouble. You're coming back and you're running toward the home team dugout. You can see them and they're all grinning and they're glad to see you and their arms are out and you come across that thing. It's pretty big league stuff.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Kelenic, who is 0 for 1 versus Crawford. His 57th pitch of the day. Knuckle curve misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Pitch on the way. Inside, misses 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Kelenic digs in the pitch. Swing, fouls it back. 2-1. Jared Kelenic, who took Cutter Crawford yard in Atlanta, was 2 for 2 before tonight. The 2-1 pitch, high and inside, ball 3, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Chases that one well out of the zone. That's about around his eyeballs. Full count. The payoff pitch to Kelenic. On the way. Swung on. Pops it up. high down the third base side. That's going to bend just out of play. If you're watching on TV, that's pretty close to where we were sitting. We were sitting about that deep, but behind the Red Sox dugout. The second night, it was just me and a buddy that went. We just kind of walked around. The 3-2 pitch swung on, lifted high, and deep into left center field, going off the green monster. High chop. Kelnick coming around. He will stop at second. Your Atlanta Braves got something cooking here in the top of the fifth inning. So 1 on, nobody out. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy. High and out of the zone. 1-0. Sean Murphy would love to get payback here and make up for the run that he caused with his glove last inning. The 1-0. Murphy just batting 150 on the year. Outside wide, 2-0. I am glad to see they finally took him out of the 6th and 7th position. They've got him batting 8th tonight just in front of Arcia. As cold as Arcia has been, I can't argue that one. The 2-0 pitch. Oh, chop foul. Thought he pulled up in time, but smacked the ball as it went by. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty, the pitch on the way. Four-seamer right down the pipe at the knees, 2-2. That's a pitch that when Murphy is hitting well, he launches that. So a 2-2 count, runner on second. You at least got to get the runner over to third, the pitch. Swung on, lifted up the middle, off the glove. That's going to tie the game. Here comes Kid Kelnick rolling around, coming home, and the Braves have tied it up 3-3. Hard hit ball by Murphy. That should be a base hit. Went off the glove of Westbrook, the second baseman. But it was a diving attempt. Can't expect him to make that play. I think I was going to say he probably beats it out, but it is Murphy. That might be the slowest guy on the planet. But if he comes up with that ball, it's going to be close. So that'll bring Arcia to the plate. He chops it over to second. This is going to be oh my goodness gracious. Well, it was a pirouette from the shortstop, Raffaella. He steps on second, spins in midair, fires it over to first. A terrible throw, but it is stopped by the hind catcher, Wong, who followed the play up the line. And it's a good thing he did, because that ball was going to go into the dugout. That's one of those ones that he'll have a talk when he gets in the dugout, I'm sure, of what in the hell were you doing? I don't really understand why he did what he did. It would have made more sense to step on the bag and fire it to first. First pitch on the way to Harris is going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Harris, once again, an automatic out. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
So I was talking to this girl, and she was like, I like men and women, but for some reason I'm still single. And I was like, well, it looks like you're still by yourself.
Hey, back in the day, we used to throw toilet paper all over people's houses for pranks. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to stretch out this last roll until payday.
Milk is the fastest liquid on earth. It's pasteurized before we can even see it.
Dad, what? I need your help. I've tried to handle this myself, but I have one teacher that is really intimidating and pushes me pretty hard about my belief.
About what?
About everything. He just starts an argument with me in class and tries to put me down about every topic. You know, last week he made me give a talk about the Bud Light news story in front of the class, and then he made fun of my opinions for it. So I have a meeting with him in his classroom today at lunch. It's like, I want to stand my ground, but he's getting louder and tougher now that I'm a senior and my year is coming to an end. It's like, I just don't know how to handle it, Dad. I'm really struggling.
You handle it with me standing behind you. I'll be there for your meeting.
It's passed along from parents to children. My father was a football fan, but my mother was a baseball fan, so I went to ball games with my mother. She passed along her sense of the game. I'll pass it along to my son. It is a family heirloom. It is America's family heirloom because it goes back so far. But the thing that's most important about that is that we respect the people of other generations in baseball, perhaps more than we respect other generations in other fields in this country. We've been called a disposable society, but we don't dispose of Babe Ruth. We don't dispose of Walter Johnson. We treat them as though they are equals and contemporaries though they're dead. That's a very special thing to hand on to children.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac Magee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Max Fried goes back to work. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Rafaela, number 9 hitter, it's 0-1. Max Fried is pitching really well tonight. I know he's given up a few runs, but a couple of them were not his fault. And then the other, I mean, honestly, the home run is just the home park. The 0-1 swung on, hit hard on the ground, booted by Austin Riley. That'll be an error on the third baseman. 1 on, nobody out. So I like our chances tonight, but man, the defense has got to quit embarrassing themselves. That's a routine play the third baseman's got to make. Boston Celtics are in the NBA Finals, and they showed Big Papi above the green monster holding the NBA championship trophy up there. Rafaela takes off. The throw's down to second. Got him! Sean Murphy unleashes the hose. And he guns down Rafael. Wasn't the greatest accuracy, but Arcia with an incredible tag. The ball was a little bit up the line. He tags him on the wallet going by. Hit him on the back belt. First pitch on the way to Duran is swung on. Popped up high and deep into left center field. Drifting back on the warning track is Michael Harris, the second, 2 down. So 2 down. Max Fried at just 68 pitches. That'll bring the number 2 hitter, Ref Snyder, to the plate. He'll take this whack at the first pitch and hammers it into center field in between the 4-6 holes. There's 2 on, or 1 on, 2 out. And the number 3 hitter, Colton Long, coming to the plate. So 2 on and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Braves and Red Sox tied at 3. The first pitch. Swing and a miss. 4-seam over the top. 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty. Wong, who walked in the 4th and scored a run. The pitch. Cutter just below the knees. Tried to get him to chase 1-1. Milwaukee still leads Philadelphia 1-0 top of the 7th. The 1-1 from Max. Sets. Flips it over to first. Try to catch the runner napping. We know Max Fried's got a nasty pickoff move. Runner back in plenty of time. Colton Wong, 28-year-old from Houston, Texas, played his college ball at Houston. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, curveball over the top, 1-2. He was drafted by the LA Dodgers back in 2017 in the 3rd round. The 1-2 from Max. Comes set. Kicks and fires. Curveball. Caught. Looking. Strike 3. Fell off the table and dragged right off the edge. Smacks the kneecap on the outer part of the plate. That'll end the inning. The Braves keep it right there. It's tied up. Heading to the 6th.
Today is the day. We're going to be a little less of a bitch. We're going to be a little more cool-headed. We're going to be a little more mild-mannered. I mean, probably not, but, we can be hopeful.
People I know are starting to follow me. That's not good. If you know me in real life, I apologize in advance, because things are weird on here.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but go put that laundry in the dryer before you wind up leaving it too long and have to rewash it.
In every era of baseball history, there is one pitcher who stands above the rest. For over 4 decades, that pitcher was John Donaldson. With the Tennessee Rats, he went 44-3. Included in those wins were a 31 and a 27 strikeout performance. Buck O'Neil claimed he threw a slider 20 years before anyone else did. John McGraw once said he was the greatest he had ever seen. 73% of his starts resulted in a win. 92% of them ended in a complete game. He once threw a fastball so hard it broke his catcher's hand. How about we close this off with some stats? 413 wins, 5,091 strikeouts, and 2 perfect games. Without question, I believe Donaldson should be in the conversation for top pitchers of all time. What do you think? Is he one of the best of all time?
Why did the man fall down the well? Because he couldn't see that well.
Baseball, because of the sense of its continuity over the space of America and the time of America. This is a place where memory gathers. It's a place that we can return to. And it's a place that we can even imagine existing in the future. I think we have some hope that baseball might look like baseball 100 years from now.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is a cutter inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-righty. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The pitch, down and away, 1-1. Standing on deck is Ozuna. In the hole, Matt Olson. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball from Cutter. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Crawford is a 4-seam fastball, high and out of the zone. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing. Pops it up. High and out of play. We'll do it again. Back in 2019, Austin Riley was the Braves' #1 prospect as the 2-2 pitch off the plate wide. Ball 3-2. I still go back and laugh at the arguments that we used to have. Folks would tell us that Camargo was the heir apparent. We were still looking for a third baseman. The 3-2 pitch misses high, ball 4. Austin Riley will head on down to first with nobody out. I think how absurd that argument is now. There were people who were seriously, this is why I always laugh at the Twitterverse. Because you get knuckleheads that are on there today making all these crazy statements, and I'm like, man, just remember, this is the same group that told you that they needed to get rid of Austin Riley or put him in left field. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna, swung on, hammered over to third. It's going to go off the glove of Devers, and we've got runners on first and second, and nobody out. Just off the glove. We had a couple of country club members join today, so we're going to hit this button again. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Matt Olson stands in. The first pitch on the way is an 87-mile-an-hour cutter right down the heart of the plate. It's 0-1. Olson 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the second. The 0-1. Swing pops it up underneath that one. Can of corn. That's going to be an infield fly rule. Making the catch is Raffaello, one away. Bad at bat there by Matt, and he knows it. So he heads back to the dugout. I'd like to at least advance the guy from second over to third. So that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. He does have a double tonight, so maybe he can get something going. Ozzie Albies. He was all MLB second team last year. For second base, the first pitch on the way is down and in. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. First and second, one out. Braves and Red Sox are knotted up at 3. The outfield is back very deep. The 1-0 to Ozzie. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into right center field, going back on the track. Zip, boo, bam, it's gone. Ramalama ding dong, his 4th home run of the season. 27th, 8th, and 9th RBI. 401 happy feet into the bullpen. And your Atlanta Braves have taken a 3-run lead. A hanger, a banger.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
So 6-3 your score. The first pitch to Duvall is a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Duvall. Swing and a miss. 2. Man, did he get extended on that one. So an 0-2 to Duvall. Righty, 86th pitch of the night coming in. On the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a cutter off the edge to away. That'll bring Jared Kelnick to the plate. Kelnick he was drafted 6th overall by the Mets back in 2018. First pitch on the way is swung on, pops it up high. Not very deep, coming in, making the catches, the center fielder, Duran, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put a 3 spot on the board. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Come on, Max. Let's get a shutdown inning. Braves lead it 6-3.
Well, what are y'all doing? Screwing?
I don't play that. I was just mad. You know I ain't mean it. Because why would you put my dog up for adoption, Tawanda? You had to mean that. An hour ago, my granny was a bald head, but now you want to go get seafood. Girl, you. Because my granny got a full head of hair. You. If you mad, throw a shoe. Why you in here punching TVs? Go get your damn purse, because I just got that TV for Black Friday. You mean the world to me. I'll never do that again. You said that when you tried to hit me with your car at Target. You're out of control.
We're here at spring training. Let's check in on Anthony Rendon real quick.
That's never been a top priority for me. This is a job. So I do this to make a living. I don't want to talk to you guys at 7 in the morning or whatever time it is.
Do you want to like be here playing baseball?
I have answered your question. So why do you keep picking at it?
Oh, yeah, you technically answered it.
This ass wants to come out and say, I wouldn't wish this life on anybody. I went from almost laughing to this gentleman to now despising this man. I'm angry on behalf of anyone who actually goes to work, God forbid, 2 to 3 jobs to put food on the table and pay rent and make sure their kids have what they need to go to school and barely are getting by. That's the life I don't wish on somebody, you ass. Why would you say something out loud on the day in which you are just now showing up for work for the beginning of the season? Read the room.
The fun of recalling something that you saw 5 days ago or 5 years ago or a lifetime ago, knowing that that's there to be plucked back into your life in an instant. Oh, God, that's rare.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves 6-3. The first pitch from Max Fried is right there for a strike to Devers. It's 0-1. The 0-1 rocks and fires, swung on and missed. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball, about letter high, 0-2. Max Fried about to throw his 78th pitch of the night. Lefty. Comes set and delivers. Fastball misses high, 1-2. Max Fried tonight, 9 strikeouts versus the 1 walk. The 1-2 pitch, way outside wide, sinker misses, 2-2. I think his over-under tonight was only like 6.5 on the strikeout mark, so he's well past the expected number. The 2-2. Fried comes set, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the bender down below the knees. Curveball falling off 12-6. There's 1 away. One down. Max Fried will now face Westbrook, who's 0-1. The first pitch on the way to Westbrook is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lets her rip. Swing and fouls it away. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. The pitch from Fried inside hits him. They're just giving this kid all kinds of free bases. He'll head on down to first. Not a threat at all. That's the second free base they've given him tonight. One on, one out. Cooper comes to the plate. 0 for 2. Lefty-righty. First pitch on the way. 94. Might have missed, but we got the call. We'll take it. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on and fouled back. Jam shot. It's 0-2. You got an 0-2 count. Runner on first, 1 out. Double play gets us out of it. The 0-2 in the dirt. Good block by Murphy. Runner will stay put at first, trailing by 3. Max Fried, high school teammates with current Red Sox, but he's out for the year, Lucas Giolito. The 1-2 from Fried. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider down and away. 2 outs. 2 down. That'll bring Dahl back to the plate. Pretty interesting stat here on Max Fried that I found. He became, just as the first pitch on the way to Dahlbach is outside wide for a ball, 1-0. He became just the 5th pitcher since 1901 to allow 1 run through March and April. Is the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. With at least 4 games started back in 2023. I did not know that was that elite a company. Walter Johnson, Roger Clemens, Fernando Valenzuela, and Pablo Lopez are the only other pitchers to do so. The 1-1 swung on, swatted foul down the right field line, 1-2. It's pretty amazing that, I mean, when you put yourself in that company, not Pablo Lopez, but the others, Walter Johnson, Roger Clemens, and Fernando Mania, that's something. The 1-2 from Fried. The pitch. Curveball. Did he go around? They said he did not. Check down there. First base umpire David Rackley. He says no dice. Yeah, he definitely held up. So you got 2 outs, 1 on, a 2-2 count to Dahlbach, who's 1 for 2. The pitch. Curveball. Looked like it hit the top of the zone. Fried was ready to head on into the dugout. Instead, you got a full count. Braves are over in the third base dugout tonight, and Fried was about to cruise on over there. The payoff pitch from Fried, runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. So they got one on via the free pass. I think Fried will come out there for the 7th. What about y'all? We might get ourselves a really long start tonight.
I don't get offended when people tell me that I look tired. I am tired, and God forbid I look like what I am. Maybe then someone will look at me across the room and go, should I bother her with my useless bullshit today? Maybe not. She looks a little bit tired. And then we'll all live happily ever after, because on that day, I was left alone.
Y'all, my 6th grade teacher used to tell me if I didn't do well in school, I would wind up working on the back of a garbage truck. Little does she know the garbage man actually makes more money than she does.
What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college? Bison.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I've been worried sick.
Relax, honey. I just took him to the mall to hang out.
The mall closes at 9. It's 12 o'clock.
You stopped off for ice cream.
When the
Did we get ice cream?
Baseball means what those of us who hold it in our heart need it to mean. It can be a game, a pastime, or it can be something by which we measure the seasons of our lives, or it can be something that serves metaphorically for the battles, the wars, the triumphs, and the tragedies of any form of human conflict. I'm content for it to be a game, and I think that more than anything else tells me that there's something in the world that I can count on, and that's never going to let me down.
Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. If you're looking at your screen, 12 Mad Max is up there. He's got 12 strikeouts through 6 innings. Unbelievable. Given up 3, but they all haven't been to his fault. He's actually pitched really well. First pitch on the way to Murphy from the new pitcher, the right-hander. Coming in for the Boston Red Sox, Chase Anderson. One-time starter. The 1-0. Swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Misses outside wide, 2-1. The 2-1. Anderson kicks and fires. Off the plate wide, ball 3. Chase Anderson, 36 years old, from Wichita Falls, Texas. Drafted by the Diamondbacks back in 2009. The 3-1 from the Oklahoma Sooner, swung on, chopped over to third. It's going to be another easy out. 1 away. 5-3 put out. Not really relevant right there, but you can make a strong case that Sean Murphy's getting to the point where you almost have to pinch hit for him. 1 down, and Orlando Arcia comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Orlando. There's a sweeper down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty pitch on the way. Down below the knees, off the edge, but called for a wide strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Curveball misses inside, 2-1. That ball started to curve around his belt buckle and snipped in there. I thought it was actually going to hit the zone. The 2-1 pitch to Arcia. Cutter misses outside wide, ball 3, 3-1. Max Fried, 12 strikeouts. It is a career high. The 3-1 pitch. Right there on the edge. Full count. Michael Harris, the second, stands on deck. 1 out, the payoff pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into right field, going back on the track. A hanger, a banger, ding dong, that pitch is dead. Orlando Arcia's 6th home run of the year into the right field seats. 376 happy feet. Braves have taken a 7-3 lead. How about it? Left that spinner. They call it good old-fashioned cement mixer. Where it didn't hardly move. It just spun and whack over the track. It's 7-3. The 1-0 pitch to Michael Harris II is going to be an easy ground ball. 4-3 put out, 2 away. So 2 down. By the way, David Fletcher, we talked about him earlier, the knuckleballer, pitched tonight for Mississippi. Is the first pitch on the way to Austin Riley. He's right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. 6 innings, 1 run. The 0-1 swung on and lifted into center field. That'll be caught, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Take a 7-3 lead. More on David Fletcher and what the Mississippi Braves did tonight. It was a good night to be a Mississippi Brave.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All one, a two, a three. Me out to the ball game. Hey, me out to the find me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I have to get back on the root for the team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root, root, root.
Join the Country Club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. Max Free goes back to work. The first pitch is a cutter off the edge. High and out of the zone. 1-0, the 1-0. Swung on. Lifted into center field, but Michael Harris is right there. Didn't hardly even have to move. 1 away. So 1 down. Does look like Pierce Johnson's warming up in the Braves bullpen. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball at the knees, 0-1. Remember something about this. We have a day off on Monday. So there's an extra day off already built in. Is the 0-1. Swing and a miss off the edge. It's 0-2. So they may let Max go a little longer than normal. Is the 0-2 pitch on the way? Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Number 13. Get them Mad Max emojis up there. Holy cow. 2 away. Two down. And Mad Max will face the top of the order one more time. 4th time through the lineup. Duran, the batter, the first pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. Just misses high. It's 1-0. Max at 98 pitches. I can't imagine they'll send him out there for the 8th. It's just not how it's done nowadays. But I wouldn't hate it the way he's throwing. The 1-0. Swing and slap foul out of play. 1-1. Still got to think about keeping him healthy, though. The last thing you want to do is have him go out there and wear himself down on a start in June. Yeah, since that slow start beginning of the year, he has been phenomenal. The 1-1 pitch. Down and in, 2-1. It's a double-edged sword. It's great to see, but you also know that means it's just going to drive his market value up when he hits free agency. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball, top of the zone, first strike. 2-2. More on David Fletcher. He went 6 innings, gave up just 2 hits, 1 run, walked 2, and struck out 2. You're not looking for a lot of strikeouts from a knuckleball pitcher. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Coming over is RC at the vacuum. Fires it over to first. And the Magic Kingdom gets us 3 up, 3 down. Max Fried with 13 strikeouts. We head to the 8th, baby. It's 7-3. Your Atlanta Braves.
Every day I get up and do housework. I do the dish. What's wrong with your face?
Because your audio doesn't match your video. It's quite perplexing. That's what my face does when it doesn't make sense.
If anybody can have you, what I'm supposed to do with you? You like a roach. You at everybody's house? Nah. You don't even know your worth. You giving yourself away for pennies on the dollar. Then you want to come to me acting priceless. Girl, God is going to love you unconditionally. And I love that for him. I love that for the Lord. However, my condition is, act like you're worth more than a hot and spicy.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I know so many times at the ballpark when I'm sitting with my kids, I look at them and their excited faces and the fact that they love baseball just like I do, and remember the days when I was at Ebbets Field with my own father, who died before they even had a chance ever to know him, and he was the most wonderful character, Michael Francis Aloysius Kearns, with this optimistic view of life. And I know that they know him through baseball, and sometimes when I close my eyes, it's almost as if he's there and not my kids, and then it all gets mixed up together. If there is a magic in baseball, I'm sure that's what it is.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna. From Chase Anderson is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 92 up top. 1-1. Mississippi Braves, by the way, lead the Blue Wahoos 6-1, so he'll be in line for the win, Fletcher will. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, hit high and deep into center field. That's going to get to one of the deepest parts of the park. Die into the glove of the center fielder, Duran. 1 away. Matt Olson will come to the plate. Olson steps in, 0 for 3, first pitch on the way. It's right there at the knees for a strike. Low strike, it's 0-1. Olson reached on an error, did score a run, the 0-1 pitch. Outside wide, 1-1. The 1-1 from Anderson. Kicks and delivers. Inside, cutter misses, 2-1. Same two teams back at it tomorrow. Remember, it is a matinee, 1:35 first pitch. The 2-1 pitch swung on, chopped over to first. It's going to be a 3-1 putout. Smith to Anderson, 2 down. Schwellenbach will take the hill tomorrow for his second start of his career. He'll go up against Nick Pivetta, who we've seen quite a bit. cagey veteran. Should be a pretty good pitching matchup. So Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. Ozzie got us the big lead on the big fly is the first pitch right there for a curveball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. If you're just joining us, Ozzie Albies hit a 3-run bomb to make it 6-3. The 0-1 swung on, lifted high down the left field side. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves 7. Red Sox 3. The 0-2 swung on, chopped over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out to end the inning. So nothing doing in the 8th, but the Braves lead at 7-3. The heart of the order coming up for the Boston Red Sox.
You know, they say, like, money doesn't buy happiness. First of all, that person had money. Secondly, like, I don't know who they are. But I do know that I'd like to form my own opinion on the subject.
I need people to understand that if I text you H-E-H-E, it's not it's it is not it's two completely different vibes.
You know what I'm talking about? I got a reputation. I used to be a hoe. I ain't no hoe no more. I ain't been no hoe in a long time. A long time. I'm trying to change.
You were a hoe.
Back in the days.
How long haven't you been a hoe for?
For a little minute. For a little minute.
You have any idea how fast you were going?
Well, funnily enough, I was just talking to my friend about that. Our speedometer's melted, and as a result, it's very hard to say with any degree of accuracy exactly how fast we were going.
78 miles an hour.
78, huh? Well, yeah, I could buy that, sure, I guess. You would know better than us.
Do you feel this vehicle is safe for highway travel?
Yes, I really do. I believe that. I know it's not pretty to look at, but it'll get you where you want to go.
Now, you got no outside mirror.
No, we lost that.
You have no functioning gauges.
No, not a one. However, the radio still works. It's clear as a bell.
Well, I know everyone here is like, how do we date you? Thank you. You can't. And not just because I'm not totally out of the woods with this UTI I have right now, but also, thank you. Oh my God.
The feeling of connection, bat against ball, ball back and forth with your father or your brother. The idea that you can throw a piece of yourself out there into the ether and it comes back to you. This is the promise of everlasting life, that it's not going to end, it's going to come back to you.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves lead this one 7-3. Pierce Johnson comes in, so that night will be through for Max Fried. The first pitch on the way is swung on, slapped towards center field. Making a leaping catch is Ozzie Albies. He's doing it all tonight. Let's give him some chop, baby. He hit the 3-run home run. Makes the leap and grab. He's 2 for 4 on the night. Colton Wong steps in 0 for 2. First pitch. Man, they hit him. Four-seam fastball got him right up in the shoulder. That had to have smarted. He'll head down to first. That's not what you want to do with the lead. Start putting ducks on the pond. One on, one out. Rafael Devers steps in. Somehow the Brewers have blown the lead. They're tied up with Philadelphia in the 9th. First pitch on the way from Pierce is a curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty lefty. Most dangerous batter in their order standing at the plate. The 0-1 pitch swung on, hit hard on the ground. Diving grab by Ozzie, throws it over to first. It hops But a good grab by Olsen. 2 away. Ozzie had plenty of time, but I don't know if he planned that or not. It was an easy one hopper over to Olsen. Good job by Matt. So 2 down, and the runner moves to second. Westbrook comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Westbrook is a strike, curveball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 hit his last time up. He's gotten on a couple of times tonight without really doing anything. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-2. Vaughn Grissom, you might wonder where he's at. He went back, got injured again. I didn't see how serious it was, but Vaughn Grissom is the 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. He cannot stay healthy this year. So a 1-2 count. The pitch on the way. Caught, looking, strike 3. Curveball off the edge, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead it 7-3. We head to the 9th. Duval will lead us off when we come back.
Now you listen here, you walking pile of panic attack. You're gonna inhale, exhale your way through this bull if it's the last thing you do. Your thoughts aren't real, your mind hates you, but you're gonna give it the old and you're gonna be okay.
Did you know that the St. Louis Cardinals didn't get their name from a bird? Before they were the Cardinals, they were the Perfectos. And those Perfectos were decked out in red socks, red trim, and red accents. On that team was one of the greatest pitchers to never win a Cy Young himself. At one of their games, a columnist from the St. Louis Republic named Willie McHale overheard a fan call their uniforms a lovely shade of Cardinal. Sometime after, McHale would begin to refer to the team as the Cardinals, and the fans began to follow suit. 1 year later, they officially changed their name to the Cardinals. Going forward, the birds on the bat would become their emblem, and it has been used ever since. And there you have it. The Cardinals didn't get their name from a bird. It came from a fan who was commenting on the color of their uniform.
Some days you gotta wake up and say, I got a fat ass and a good heart. And that's gotta count for something. Can I get an amen?
I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something.
On October 14th, 1992, the Pittsburgh Pirates were in Atlanta, facing the Braves in the 7th and deciding game of the National League Championship Series. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, Pittsburgh led 2-1, but Atlanta had the bases loaded. A pinch hitter, Francisco Cabrera, who had had only 10 at-bats all season, was at the plate.
And now the Braves season hangs in the balance. 2-1. Line drive and a base hit!
With the tying run in, most assumed that the runner on second, Sid Bream, hobbled by 5 knee operations, would be held at third, but the third base coach sent Bream anyway.
Bream to the plate! And he is safe! Safe at the plate! The Braves go to the World Series!
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Adam Duvall. Is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 floats a curveball right there. 1-1. Put a poll up there tonight. The Braves get to the World Series. Who will they play? The 1-1 pitch swung on, popped up, foul and out of play. 1-2. Put the Yankees, the Orioles, Cleveland, and Baltimore. Sorry, Texas. Texas was the 4th team. So a 1-2 count. Righty, Anderson, 29th pitch of the outing. Swung on, chopped over towards first. It's going to be a scoop and a flip to the pitcher covering the bag. 3-1 on the putout. What away. Tell you what, I feel like it's coming out of the American League East. Two best teams over there right now are Baltimore and New York. First pitch over on the way to Kelnick, who has a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. It's right in there on the track. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside 1-1. The 1-1 to Kelnick. Swing and a miss off the edge, 1-2. What Juan Soto is doing for the Yankees, I don't see how the Yankees can. Is the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, chase one off the edge, 2 away. I don't see how in the world the Yankees can let Juan Soto walk. I mean, not only is he embracing New York, but he has made them exciting baseball to watch again. We went through a stretch here with the Yankees for about 4 or 5 years where though they were winning games and they were pretty good, they were kind of a boring team to watch. First pitch on the way to Murphy is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. And now and I know it'll cost a lot of money. I get that. Is the 1-0 inside 2-0. Now with the combination of Judge and Soto, and then you got Stanton, who's still hanging around there, banging into home runs every once in a while. Is the 2-0 pitch right there for a strike, 2-1. I was watching a game of theirs this weekend. They had a rally. It's the 2-1. Inside, got him. In the arm, maybe the side. Take a second look at that. Yeah, they got him in the arm. I believe it was his right arm. Murphy's heading down to first. So he's looking at his right arm, but it was his left that got hit. I believe. Looked like it hit the his tricep area on his left arm. Maybe it ricocheted? Oh, it ricocheted and hit his right elbow. They're out there looking at him now. You would think you wouldn't mess around with that and go ahead and pull him. Man, there's a wallop on the side of his arm. Is that always there? That is a big bump. I have no idea if that's always there, but it looks nasty. And it was not that big. Yeah, that's a big welt. That's not good. About that time to turn back time while they tend to Murphy, I would assume Darno's going to come in for him. They might have someone else run. On this date in 1940, the Boston Braves signed South Park High School, Buffalo, New York standout Warren Spahn, who will make his major league debut in 1942 when he appears in 2 games. It's going to be Zach Short to come in to pinch run. Then Darno will take over the catching duties. Hope Chadwick Tromp didn't unpack. Arcia comes to the plate with 1 on, 2 out. First pitch on the way to Arcia, swing and a miss for a strike. It's 0-1. He would appear in 2 games as a 20-year-old for Boston before serving 3 years in the Army during World War II. He'd get a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart, would return to the National League in 1946 to win his first career game. The 0-1 pitch swung on. That ball's belted off the green monster. That's going to get down for a base hit. And it's a long single, played perfectly off the one hop by Refsnyder. Fires it into the infield. You know, Arcia doesn't run the best, and that ball keeps flying off the wall. You got runners on the corners, 2 outs, top of the order coming to the plate. So Warren Spahn would get the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star in 1946. Get his first win at age 25 before winning 363 games in his career. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris. The second is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, the pitch. Outside wide, 1-1. On this date, 1964, at Connie Mack Stadium, Sandy Koufax throws his third no-hitter in 3 years, blanking the Phillies 3-0. The Dodgers southpaw will add a perfect game to his resume the following season, as the 1-1 is a changeup right there at the knees. It's 1-2. He would join Larry Cochran, Cy Young, and Bob Feller as the only major leaguers to pitch 3 career no-hitters at that time. The 1-2 to Harris. Swing, and that ball's fouled back out of play. We'll do it again. We have one more turn back time. It's a good one from 1974, but we'll wait for the play here. You got a 1-2 count, runners on the corners, 2 outs, top of the ninth. The Braves lead it 7-3. The pitch. Swing, and that ball's hammered into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. It's 8-3, your Atlanta Braves, and Orlando goes first to third. We still have runners on the corners and 2 outs. Anderson's going to be asked to take one for the team here. He's at 44 pitches. He used to be a starter. So typically when they bring him in, he's in there to eat innings and save their bullpen. Zach Short comes home to score after the Murphy injury had Short pinch running for him. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, and here's Austin Riley. He takes the first pitch out and away. It's 1-0. On this date, 1974, 10-cent beer night. Home plate, umpire, Nestor Shylock stops play. The score tied 5 in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-0, chop foul back behind the plate, 1-1. 10-cent beer night. What could go wrong? Giving the Rangers the forfeited victory over the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium. The promotion, which sells an estimated 60,000 cups of beer to a crowd of 25,000. You do the math on that one. The 1-1, down and away. Runner goes. Michael Harris is dead meat. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves lead at 8-3. We will head to the bottom of the ninth, needing 3 outs.
Okay, listen, I might not be good looking, but let me tell you, my personality is also a show. I literally have nothing going for me.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I told my doctor I could only hear buzzing. He said, don't worry, it's just a bug going round.
If you're just finding my content, I'd like to say, welcome to the Freak Show, darling.
For the next decade and a half, Atlanta would dominate the National League, returning again and again to the postseason. The once promising Pirates would go in the opposite direction, often finishing at the bottom of the standings. And their supremely talented left fielder, who had almost thrown Bream out, would never again play for Pittsburgh. During the off-season, he would sign the most expensive free agent contract the game had yet seen. He would go on to become one of the greatest and most controversial players in the history of baseball.
No one in baseball ever supported Bobby Bonds. The owner, the general manager, the press, the teammates, nobody in the game stood up for the father. So what Barry learned about baseball was great talent matters, great scholarship about the game matters, but you can't count on anybody in this game to stand up for you because they didn't stand up for my father.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Jesse Chavez will come in to get the last 3 outs. That promotion on 10-cent beer night in 74, what really made it unmanageable, Cleveland fans attacked Texas outfielder Jeff Burroughs and the umpires. First pitch on the way from Chavez to Valdez, who's in there to hit. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Changeup down and away, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Down and outside. 2-1. The pitch on the way, cutter, swatted foul down the left field line, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Righty-lefty, the pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field just over the head of Riley. Gets down, Kelnick cuts it off, fires it into the infield, and it's a leadoff single for the Red Sox. Jeff Burroughs, who was the outfielder that was attacked by the fans out there, he was drafted by the Rangers / Washington Senators in 1969 in the first round. He would play with the Braves for 4 years from 77 to 80. But what he's also known for is his son, Sean Burroughs, will later become a hero in the Little League World Series and then would become, is the 1-0 pitch, right there for a strike on the outer edge, 1-1 to Hamilton. He would become a hero in the Little League World Series and then later on get drafted by the Padres in 2002. Sean Burroughs actually passed away a few weeks ago at the age of 43. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, and pops it up high down the third base line. Riley gives chase. Almost comes down with it. Bangs into the wall over there. The padding fell apart. Riley appears to be okay. Just couldn't get to it. You got a 2-2 count. Burroughs died of a heart attack at the age of 43. And it all comes full circle. They said it happened right after he dropped off his son at a Little League game. The 2-2. Cutter misses high and out of the zone. Full count. So a full count to Hamilton. David Hamilton, 26-year-old from Texas. The 3-2 pitch swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, but out of play over the third base side. We'll do it again. He was drafted by the Brewers in the 8th round back in 2019. The payoff pitch from Jesse Chavez, kicks and fires, swing, pops it up, high into left field, coming in, making the catch is Kelnick, one away. One down. So at one of our breaks, I did a check on Vaughn Grissom. We were talking about him a little earlier. It's his hamstring again, and he was supposed to have an MRI today. There hasn't been an update. Remember, that's what put him on the shelf to start the season, why we didn't see him in the first series against the Red Sox is the 1-0 from Chavez after he misses the first pitch off the plate wide. Dominic Smith is the batter. He hit a home run earlier, the 1-0, swung on, hit hard on the ground to Ozzie. Ozzie to Arcia. Arcia to Olsen, and it is a 4-6-3 game-ending double play. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. We'll take a quick step aside, and then we are off to the phone lines. Braves country tonight coming your way right after this.
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in, Braves country. Atlanta Braves win this one going away 8-3. And it's a nice surprise because we're used to having to grind them out. I saw a couple of comments in there talking about it's nice to have an easy win. Amen to that. Man, oh man alive. Atlanta Braves win this one 8-3. 8 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. We're opening up the phone lines if you want to call in. The number to call is 678-960-9700. We'll put it on the screen here in 1 second. 678-960-9700. And your Atlanta Braves will take game 1 of this series and go to 10 over 500 once again. Philly and the Brewers, by the way, they're tied in the extra innings. And it looks like that the Brewers tried to come home on a throw at the plate and the guy was gunned down. So, I mean, I'm just assuming that the Phillies are never going to lose again, and we'll just see them in the playoffs. But Braves get a big win here. Man, Max Fried, you got to give him the game ball. He gets his 13 strikeouts, sets a career high. And Ozzie Albies, I mean, there's an argument to be made for Ozzie with the home run, and it was a big home run. You could really give him co-players of the game, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go with Max Fried because you just can't give it to anyone else when a guy goes out there 7 dominant innings and strikes out 13. I know he gave up the home run, but whoopity-doo. First of all, it's Fenway, so it's a popcorn stand to begin with. And only 2 of the 3 3 runs were earned. So he goes 7, 2 earned, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts, and just 4 hits allowed. And Atlanta will now go to 34-24 on the year. Don't pay attention to what it says on the screen there. They haven't updated it. Red Sox will go to 30-31. And tomorrow probably won't be as easy because you're going to have Schellenbach on the mound. And Schellenbach, I kind of expect him to possibly struggle since he's at Fenway for the first time. And there really is an art to pitching at Fenway. But at the same token, we're going to get Nick Pivetta, and we can usually put some runs on Pivetta. So I'm kind of hoping for a high-scoring game. Of course, you could never take that to the bank on a day game. Day games are so funny because there's quick turnarounds. Travis d'Arnaud would have gotten the start anyways tomorrow. But I'm really worried about what happened with Sean Murphy. He came out of the game, and look, I know he hasn't been hitting well, but there's only one way to get the guy back and get him straight, and that's to get him playing time. And if he has to leave and go on the IL again, it's going to restart it all over again, which means they'll bring Chadwick Tromp back up. And there's no telling how long he'll be out this time because that welt looked bad. I'm hoping it's not as bad as it looked. That welt looked bad. If y'all saw it on the screen, I mean, it swolled up really quickly. And I can't imagine he doesn't go on the IL. But once again, I do want to bring up the fact that David Fletcher goes out there for the Mississippi Braves and fires 6 innings of 1-run ball. And I get it, it's double A or double A. But the guy was absolutely, I mean, this guy was an infielder his entire career. He picks up the knuckleball, and in 2 starts down there on the farm, he's thrown 11 innings and just 1 earned run. So he's a guy that they can go get and put into action if need be. And I would love to see him added to the roster and just be the backup infielder. And then if you get an opportunity to put him in the game in a blowout, I'm not saying put David Fletcher in the starting rotation. I'm saying put him in there in a blowout one way or the other. That guy can go out there and eat some innings for you. And if he keeps pitching like this, I think you're going to see him this year. He's long in the tooth. He's in his mid-30s. They're not going to try to develop this guy over the next several years. So I would love to see David Fletcher come up in the next few weeks or whatever and put him on the bench. And anytime that there's a blowout or you got a starter that's struggling, like the other day when you had to go get Chris Sale, go get Fletcher off the bench and let him throw knuckles for the next 3 or 4 innings and see if he can keep you in the game. But, excuse me. As far as I know, nothing came of that David Fletcher gambling stuff. From my understanding, by the way, this shocks nobody. The Phillies walked off. Excuse me. The Phillies walked off the Brewers, so we're not going to gain a single bit of ground on them. But David Fletcher, from my understanding, was not betting on baseball. So now the kid out in San Diego today got kicked out of the league. 24-year-old got kicked out of the league for gambling on baseball. What an idiot. I mean, what an idiot. I guess he was playing for the Pirates last year, and it happened when he was on the IL. But I mean, if you've got to gamble, if that's your vice or whatever, you can bet on any other sport, and you're going to be okay. But he's out there gambling on Major League Baseball, so they gave him the axe. And he is done. He will not be coming back. And yeah, I saw that Shohei's bookie is pleading guilty, and he's going to get that guy. I'm still convinced that Shohei Ohtani was the fall guy. You're not going to make me believe that David Fletcher knew about this bookie, that all these other guys that played for the Angels knew about this bookie, but somehow Shohei Ohtani, who was his best friend, didn't know about him. All I can tell you is find you a friend in your life that's as dedicated as friend as Ippei is to Shohei. All right, I guess no one's going to call in, so we're going to go ahead and end this. The Braves win. Big one, 8-3. If you're just joining us, Max Fried, 13 strikeouts, a career high. And that's just going to make him, it's going to take him from $30 million to about $35 million a year as this season rolls on. But whoever pays for him, I'll still wish him well. I just don't think the Braves are going to be able to pony up for a 31-year-old pitcher and give him $35, $40 million a year. Y'all have a great night. Tomorrow, Schwellenbach Day, as we look forward to Game 2 of this series, and then we head to Washington. It's a 1:35 first pitch. Matinee tomorrow. Thursday and Friday are both night games. Saturday is a 4 o'clock game. So there'll be a test on this later. Y'all have a great night, Braves Country.